Good morning, my friends. Welcome to our New Testament challenge today. Sharing some thoughts from the 9th chapter of the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. So Paul, apparently there were some in Corinth who questioned his pedigree. Why should we listen to you? What do you know? Where does your authority come from? You're not one of the original disciples. Why then should we listen to what you have to say? And so he goes through and he talks about an apostle's one who saw Jesus. He said, I saw him, and then goes through and talked about the various authority and talks about planting and then watering and then receiving the harvest. It's just a variety of different ways that some people will plant the seed, some people will, and again, he was one of those. He was better at evangelism. Others might come behind and do better at discipleship. And so he understands and recognizes that. But then it comes down to, and he talks about the rights he has as an apostle, to make his living doing that. But he chose not to take advantage of that right. He says his goal, and he says, for myself, I am free with respect to all. I've made myself a slave to all so that I might win more of them. To the Jews, I became a Jew. To one under the law, I became one under the law. To the Gentiles, I became a Gentile, and so on and so forth. To the weak, I became a weak. I've become all things to all people, that by some means I might save some. By all means I might save some. I do it for the sake of the gospel. And so you've heard it said, and I've actually used this recently, the message of Christ, of the faith, never changes. The methods always do. And so you can imagine worship in an all-Jewish congregation was different than the worship in the Corinthian congregation. Jerusalem was different than Galatia, than Rome. It's just different because it was based upon the background of the people who were there. And which apostle planted the church. Every one of them had different opinions. And so the leadership of the church, the denomination of the church, the pastor, they all affect, how worship takes place, how we do this. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, that's just how it is. And so you see that difference. We do things that we don't maybe not particularly like or enjoy, so that we can reach others. There are a lot of things that we do. There's style of music, style of worship, style of teaching, type of thing. We do things that we might not like, in order that we might save some others who might enjoy that type of music, that type of worship. And so that's Paul's talking directly to us right there. We need to be careful. And then at the end, he talks about just giving it your all. He said, I'll do whatever it takes to reach some. And so this goes well with the Great Commission. Make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so here he says, do you not know that in a race the runners all compete, but only one receives the prize? Run is to win the prize. If you're going to serve God with everything you have. We know that we're called to love Him. Love God with all your heart, your mind, your soul, your strength. We're all supposed to serve God with everything that we have. He deserves our very best. He does. He gave us His all, and now we return the favor. Give God everything that we have, everything that we are, so that we can glorify God and reach some other people. So, some good things to think about today. Take care, my friends. We'll talk to you tomorrow.